Time now. Stop it. Spray deodorant. Poof. There goes perspiration and finesse. The flowing cream shampoo. Yes, time now for What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning What's My Line panel. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in the New York Journal-American and papers coast to coast, Miss...
His own very funny television show, Nightly, Monday through Friday on another network.
I thank all of you, and now I want you to meet one of the loveliest ladies in radio and television. She has her own show on another network. We're all working in a great many places these days. Arlene Francis.
And on my left, vastly entertaining gentleman who is packing them in theater in New York, Mr. Victor Borge.
And on my left, that well-known news commentator and moderator, Mr. John Daly.
My line. Once again tonight, we have some friends in from around and about the country who brought with them some very interesting occupations, and the panel will have to fire. We hope that they'll have a lot of trouble so that our guests will carry home some prizes, although the more important thing is that they have some fun. We'll also have a famous guest challenger a bit later on, but right now it's time for the experts to meet our first challenger. J. L. Well, Mr. May, come on over here with me a bit. Don't be so far away. What's that J.L. stand for?
Julius L.
Julius L. May. Over there as far as you're concerned, but you may be a stranger to them. So would you go over and say hello?
Howdy.
All right, Mr. May, will you come over here now, please, and sit down next to me? I think perhaps you know that at this point, we always begin the free guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think he's in the tailoring business.
In the tailoring business, Mr. Allen.
I think he's in charge of bird seed at the old crow plant here in town.
Miss Francis.
I think he's a tea bag tester.
Mr. Borge.
I think he's a floor walker.
No, I'm afraid Julius May, and at the same time we will tell them what his line is. But the panel's got a dig. Julius it is. That's what we'd had. Mr. May or Mr. Julius May, if I may. Oh. I think perhaps you know the rules here. Every time I flip a card, you've given the panel a no answer. When you give them 10 no answers, you've got it all in the bag. All set?
All set.
All right. All right, Mr. May is Steve Allen.
Tell me, Mr. Julius LaRosa May. Thank you, Arlene. Is there a product connected with what you do?
Is there a product connected with what you do?
Yes.
Is it the sort of thing that I might ever come into contact with?
Is it the sort of thing that he might come into contact with?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
I can never tell why that question always seems amusing. However, trying to figure it out, might I say that if I were to say, wear this on Fifth Avenue, the people would laugh?
If you were to wear this on Fifth Avenue, would the people laugh? If you were to wear it, I think they would.
I think they would.
Yes, I think they would. Mm-hmm.
Could this be anything that might be associated with a woman?
It could be associated with a woman, don't you think? Yes.
Is this something that a man might give to a woman?
Is this something a man might give to a woman? Yes, I think so.
Are they, or is this, as the case may be, fairly
expensive? Well, I would say this. I think it's only fair, and I think Mr. May would agree with me, that it could be expensive, yes. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this something a woman might pick up, say, on Fifth Avenue around Tiffany's or Cartier's neighborhood, something like that?
Is this something that a woman might pick up on Fifth Avenue around Tiffany's or Cartier's?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Could she wear it around her neck?
Mr. May makes the point that she could wear it around her neck, yes.
Let me come right out and straighten this whole thing out. Is this anything in the jewelry line at all?
Is this anything in the jewelry line at all?
No.
No, that's...
Mr. May deal with something other than human beings?
How do you mean that?
You know what is other than a human being. Do with animals?
Could he have anything to do with animals?
No.
No, I don't.
If this is something Steve Allen can get in contact with, is it something I can get in contact with also?
With what?
Is it something Mr. Borge could come in contact with?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
As well as Steve Allen?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'll split it with you, Victor, whatever.
It is something you could wear around the neck.
Well,
Yes, well, that was answered already, yes.
the question was, could a woman wear it around the neck? And you
Yes.
could wear it
But,
around the neck, yes.
Preferably she would not.
Yes, preferably she would not, is right.
Would it be worn below the... below the lower neck?
No, Victor, I think I'm going to have to give you a no on that. It would not be worn below the lower neck. All right,
I'd like to know what that is later.
3 down and 7 to go.
All right, I want to know if Arlene and I could come in contact with this, and then we'll get the whole panel going.
Miss Kilgallen would like to know if she could come in contact with it.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Would I enjoy coming in contact with it?
I'm afraid not.
No, I don't think so. 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Allen.
Would I also not enjoy it?
Would he also not enjoy coming in contact?
I think not.
Yeah, yes, you would not enjoy coming in contact with it, no.
Well, then let's keep it off our necks, if that's the kind of thing it turn out to be. It's unpleasant, then, in some way?
It's unpleasant in some way?
It's bothering me, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Mr. May says he thinks that it might be unpleasant. We're having a hard time trying to think of a case where it wouldn't be unpleasant.
Is the idea...
Is the idea of punishment at all associated with this product? I think we'd have to say yes.
Well, I guess we would.
Yes.
What can you wear around your neck that's...
A noose, darling.
Could you find these associated with prisoners in jails or something of that sort?
Associated with prison. Not so. No. I'll give you another minute to try and get this, Miss
You
Fancy.
say, Mr. May, that all of us could come in contact with this, but would we, perhaps, we would not be likely to come in?
There's a soul on that panel who isn't likely to come in contact with this. Go, Mr. Borge.
It is something that is worn...
No. 7 down and 3 to go in 30 seconds. Miss Kilgallen.
Is this something that, in order to be used, must be imposed by one person upon another?
Is this in something to be used would be imposed by one person on another? I think that...
Yes?
Yes.
I would say that would be called for a yes answer.
With it?
Strike a person
Yes.
with it?
Or otherwise belabor?
That would make it 8 down and 2 to go. I'm going to flip the cards on time because I don't think you're even close to what this might be. Mr. May prints parking tickets for New York and all the cities around the country. And Mr. May, you win money to the March of Dimes. Yes, sir, the full prize is yours, and Well, panel, a rather inauspicious beginning, but a lot of fun. Let's see what you can do with the second challenger. Would you sign in, please, ma'am? Amy E. Shorty Greer. You're not so short. You're not as short at all, as a matter of fact. Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Mrs. Greer, and where are you from?
Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. Oh, that's wonderful. Sounds very much like all of Texas moved to New York this weekend. from Texas better. Would you go over and say hello to them?
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Mrs. Greer, I think perhaps you know that now that the panel's had a chance to meet you, we give them one free guess as to what your line may be. And we always begin with Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Well, I think she's a steer roper.
A steel roper, Mr. Allen.
I think she's a rope steerer, and I think we've done these jokes before.
Miss Francis.
I think she teaches ballet.
Mr. Borge.
I think she's awfully cute.
That I'll buy. But that's not what we were looking for, so we'll let our viewers have another look at Mrs. Charles Greer of Houston, Texas. And now, Mrs. Greer, the panel's just got to take it from here, and I'll flip a card every time you give me no answer. All set? All right, Mrs. Greer is self-employed. With that, let's begin the general questioning with Victor Borge.
Oh, my goodness. Is it? Every time I walk. Is there a product involved?
Yes?
Thank you. Is this a thing, could it be found in the...
Yes?
Yeah, it could be, but I do want to stress that it is not necessarily normal that one should find one in a home.
But it could be found.
It could be found in a home.
Thank you. Could it be found outside the home?
Yes?
Could it, could I wear it outside when I go out?
Could you wear it outside when you go out?
I'm afraid not.
Could I take it with me? Could I take it with me when I go out?
You could, but you couldn't wear it, Victor, so I've got to give you a no.
No, but my question was actually not could I wear it? I meant could I take it with me when I go out?
Yeah, but you didn't say that. You
Didn't
said
I?
wear. Yeah. So that's one down, 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
You can get back on the chair now.
Still wet. That's water here.
Would this thing be unwieldy to carry in the hand?
Would this be unwieldy to carry in the hand?
Yes. Does it ever move around?
Yes?
Is this anything that is or has been living?
Yes?
Is it in the animal kingdom?
Yes?
Is it a four-legged animal?
Yes?
Is it usually larger than a bread box when full grown?
Yes.
Could be.
Yes, when full grown.
Yes.
Are there a lot of these things in Texas?
A lot of these things in Texas?
No.
No.
I thought there was a lot of everything in Texas.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen.
You have something to do with a four-legged animal that is very scarce in Texas, huh? Is it I think it was very clever of me to figure that out. Part of the world?
Yes?
In the tropical sections of the world, perhaps?
Yes?
Gesundheit. Is it a wild animal sort of thing, like lions, tigers, something in that family?
Well, we might say
Elephants, zebras.
it belongs
people.
in the wild category, yes.
Is it a cat of any kind?
A cat?
Yes.
3 down and 7 to go. Miss Francis.
Is this an animal that ever interested Darwin?
Yes, I believe he had some interest in it.
This animal, then, is part of either the monkey, orangutan, or gorilla family?
What a family.
Is it a member of the monkey, orangutan, or gorilla family? I would think it might be, wouldn't it? Yes.
Well, does it come under one of the categories I mentioned?
Well, I haven't looked under one of the categories. I would say yes.
Can this animal be trained to do amusing things?
Yes, it could be.
That still could be an orangutan, a gorilla, or a monkey.
However, it doesn't have 4 legs.
I tell you, we'll knock one of them off. Is it perhaps in the monkey family?
Well, no, you drew the definitions yourself, so
Yes,
we'll
I
say
did,
4
and
down
I'm
and 6 to
ashamed
go.
of myself.
Mr. Borge?
It was established that it had 4 legs.
Yes.
A monkey does not have 4 legs. It has 2 and 2 arms. Look at me.
For the purposes of this program, we consider that all 3 of these species have 4 legs.
Oh. Then I pass. Miss Dorothy.
Well, is it in the gorilla family?
Yes.
Then Mrs. Greer has something to do with gorillas.
Yes.
Does she raise or train them?
That isn't, I'm afraid,
That's
the
not
right one.
it.
Mr. Allen?
She's a nice girl.
You don't raise. That makes it 6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
She buys them.
That makes it 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Borge.
He eats them.
I give up. I flip them all.
She imports them?
She hunts them. She goes to French Equatorial Africa and hunts them. Mrs. Greer, you going out anytime again soon?
Well, I hope to.
Can I give you some hunters to take with you?
The next time I go, I would like to take some hunters with me.
All right, I give you Mr. Borge, Mr. Allen.
We're gorillas.
Well, you get the full prize, and our thanks for being a wonderful guest. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining us in What's My Life. In just a moment, we'll meet tonight's mystery guest. But right now, now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity. My friends in the panel, as well as our audience here, all of you will recognize our guest immediately, so we gave the panel members blindfolds. Are they all in place, panel? Mm-hmm. Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? Panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Miss Arlene Francis.
Are you associated with some branch of the entertainment industry?
Yes.
Have you been in pictures?
Yes, ma'am.
And judging from your voice, you've been in them a long time.
Quite a long time, ma'am.
Are you a character actor?
No, sort of.
Are you a Western star?
I'd sure like to be, ma'am.
I think you can make it. Then I got it. What did I get on that?
Well, actually, I would think that our
Gotta laugh.
guest has covered so wide a scope in Hollywood that you just keep on trying. You
I
cover
see.
all the ground.
All right. Would you be considered the leading man, the star of the picture?
Well, I guess so.
Have you been in radio
Yes, ma'am.
and the theater?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in either of these mediums before you were in pictures, or have they happened since you went into pictures?
That cannot be answered yes or no, Miss Francis.
That's
I'm
what I
terribly
figured. But I thought maybe he'd be carried away. Were you in radio or the theater before you went into pictures?
Yes, I was.
Oh. Well, were you a star in either radio or the theater?
Mm-mm.
That makes it 1 down and 9 to go. Mr. Borge, we have just a little more than 3 minutes to go.
Do you have 2 legs?
Yes, Mr. Borge.
Thank you. Are you, It is established that you only play, you play dramatic parts only.
Sometimes.
Do you play them only sometimes?
That's what a lot of people have told me.
I see. Then you also do comedy parts.
Very, very rare.
But you do them. So the answer is yes. That gives me an hour. Now, mine's miserable. I can't see a thing, and I don't know what to ask. Pass.
All right, panel, we only have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Miss Kilgallen.
When you were in the New York theater, were you in a dramatic play rather than a musical?
Yes.
Were you ever in a play in which there was a scene in a hospital?
Nope.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Allen. 2 minutes to go.
Is there a product connected with what you're doing? Well, let me see. We'll assume it's motion picture. Are you over 40?
Francis.
Oh, you're a young man. Well, are you playing in any picture currently on Broadway?
No, ma'am.
4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Borge.
You're playing in any picture that doesn't play on Broadway. Have you very recently had a very big hit?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen. 1 minute.
Have you ever played bad men?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever played gangsters?
Who won?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever have a distinguishing characteristic that was imitated by little kids all over the country?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah.
Have I gotten you mixed up? I think I have.
Take a dive at it, Dorothy.
All right. Just one more question. Did you ever push an old lady down the stairs?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Dick Widmark?
Yes,
Dick
ma'am.
Widmark, he's right. I would say this.
Mr. Borge doesn't want to see him.
Now let's say.
All right, Dick. I know that you're in town to help the March of Dimes, but I believe that there's another reason why
Yes,
you're
I'm
here.
also here on behalf of the March of Dimes to open a new 20th Century Fox CinemaScope production called Hell and High Water. And by the way, John, one of the stars of the picture Hell and High Water, I believe, is in the audience tonight, Miss Bella Darby.
Oh, how nice to see you. Would you stand up? Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Dick. Not only nice of you to come, but to think you'd bring such a pretty lady with you. Nice to have had you with us. Would you say I love you? Victor, you got those blinders off?
Yep.
Got the blinders off. Until next week, when David Wayne will be here to substitute for our missing panelist, Bennett Cerf, this is John Daly saying good night, Dorothy.
Good night, Steve.
Good night, boys, and good night.
I'm here. Wonderful to have you on the show, Victor. Come back and see us again.
Thank you very much. Good night, John.
Good night. And may I say, Victor, you were a lot of fun, too. I hope you come back real soon. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
This has been a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. In association with the CBS Television Network.